What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a subscriber. If you're not, and this is your first time watching any of our videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because what we've got going on today is going to be awesome. Now, if you're like me and you've gone ahead and looked for all the different videos you can find exhaust comparisons on, we've even got our own top 5 one. I'll link that somewhere up around here. But you've been looking for the best exhaust for your Evo 10 if you're just like me. Now, you've seen other videos probably saying this one's the loudest, this one's the best, this one's the ultimate exhaust, and I'm here to tell you that if they're not the exhaust I'm about to show you and put on my Evo 10, then they're wrong. Stay tuned. Now, the reason I say that they're wrong is because this exhaust that I have in this box right now is one that gives you options, and until recently, I didn't actually even know that this exhaust exists, but it's an exhaust made by us here at MAPerformance, and we've also partnered with Evo X to include a smart muffler, in a sense, if you want to call it that, where it will allow you to change the exhaust note at the touch of a button, similar to a cutout. However, this one also has the smart box technology that's able to identify where you're at in proximity to certain things, specifically your home. So you can have it automatically open and close this valve when you get to your house or when you're pulling up, so that you don't upset your neighbors. Unless you just don't care and you want to get them to move out anyways, then this may not be the one you care about or care to use that part of it. But either way, this exhaust sounds absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna get this old one off the car. As you can see, they use an HKS high power muffler, just to a straight pipe, literally straight pipe with some kind of definitely DIY welds here up around the top. This one was not done by us here. This is exactly what the car came with. So today we're going to be getting that off and getting that beautiful exhaust down there in the box on. So stay tuned, I'm gonna get this thing out. So originally I wanted to do this unboxing video. I realized as soon as I went to start the time lapse that I had nothing to open it with. And Tiny comes back to me and says, you gotta do the unboxing opening it with this, a drill bit. So here we go, guys. We're gonna do this unboxing with nothing but a drill bit, thanks to our friend Tiny.
Pro tip.
Tiny tip of the day.
Tiny tip of the day. Pro tip: put a little bit of anti-seize on your V-bands, and then your nut will not gull this up and destroy it. Pro tip of the day. Oh, nuts! See, that's what you avoid.
All right, so as you guys saw, we got the exhaust all hooked up underneath the car. So what Tiny and I are working on right now is trying to find a place to run this wiring to. Obviously, the ideal situation would be to run it up into the car as soon as possible and then run the rest of the wires through the car so it's not all just sitting underneath. So what we found in the trunk here, which seems like the most viable option, is, and I'm hoping you guys can see that, I'm gonna get my phone. So as you guys can see, this is the plug that we're pulling out. We'll put a little hole in this right here, and we'll be able to run that wire straight down through, and we'll be able to plug it in then right underneath. So if you guys are watching this and you get this exhaust and you're wondering what the best way to route this wiring through is, this is it. It runs immediately straight up, and then we'll be able to run it straight through the car and plug it in. So this is the way I would do it. You can choose a different way, but it works for me.
Pump here.
All right, so what's the strategy here?
Well, the strategy is to keep it away from things that move and things that melt. So
we've got things that melt under the car?
The exhaust.
The exhaust melts?
It will melt wires that lay on it. Will it not?
So what you're saying is keep it away from hot things and moving things.
Yeah, keep it away from all those bad things.
And what you're doing here is running it over this?
Yeah, so over this pump here, and then I kind of got it up over this. Well, I don't really like that. Well, it's okay. Maybe just for temporary. Then I was gonna Maybe throw a zip tie on this, keep it up out of the way, and then obviously pull all the extra through so it's not just dangling. But it'll work.
So now we'll lower the car down, pull out the extra slack, and then run it through to where the box will sit. So easy enough. What we ended up doing to route the wiring was that we brought it through the crack between the passenger rear seats, down this piece of trim. You can see the little bit of wire here. We routed it then under the seat, up through the center console. And then our boy Tiny over here got it all secured in down here.
Yeah, and a hole that was conveniently drilled prior to us owning this car, so it worked out pretty fantastic.
Yeah, we actually had a hole drilled right there, but you know, you guys could also drill your own if you wanted to. But
there's a myriad of ways you could hide that. Yeah, I can give you some light.
Oh, there we go.
So somebody chewed through that, or some used their teeth. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, so hopefully you can see that. Either way, then what we'll do is leave it plugged in like this when we want to change anything, and when we don't, we can just unplug it, tuck it back in here, and it's discreet, so you'll never know. Looks OEM AF.
Unless you look at the muffler and it says Evo X on it.
Then you know. Then you know. But anyways, I think that we're ready to do the first startup, huh?
Sure.
I think I'm gonna let Tiny do the honors.
He did make me not. I wanted to start it before we filmed starting it, and he yelled at me until I couldn't.
I said, Tiny, you know what? We're YouTubers now. We don't get to film this startup without capturing that on camera. Oh, I can hear it opening and closing back there. So, hold on. Do we know if it's open or closed at this point?
Look in there and see. You might be able to see.
Hit the button. Yeah, I don't got any idea if it's open or closed right now, but I'm sure we'll find out. So here is the first startup with the new exhaust. Okay. Hit the button. That's got to be open. That's definitely open. This is closed. So as you guys can tell, the reason this exhaust is awesome is because when it's open, you get all the sounds you're looking for. But when it's closed, you basically sound like a stock car. No one will ever know you're there. So you can kind of go undercover mode if you need to pretty quick. What do you think, Tiny?
It's pretty perfect.
But check out this remote. It's even got a little safety switch on it.
You can't accidentally
open or close it when it's in safety mode.
Yeah, so when you're slamming gears, just getting after it, you're not going to accidentally hit your. I'm sure you'll have 10,000 keys on your key ring on your. I'm talking about Charlie here, of course. I'm sure he's got
a million key rings. I mean, you know what they say, the more important you are, the more keys you have.
That's true. And so I'm sure when he's over here just getting gears, getting after it, that he can't accidentally change his exhaust.
Right.
But
so
what I can do, that's what I told him, is that I'm gonna carry the other set here, because it comes with two. And if I ever see him driving around, I'm just gonna turn him down a little bit, because I think Charlie might get a little too rowdy with this exhaust. I think he's gonna leave it open all the time.
I probably will, if I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is we'll be up at PG running laps, and you'll be hot on my tail end and hit the button right when we're ready to pull.
I'll be getting the stands, hanging out, getting sunburned, hitting the button.
Hitting the button as I pass by. So anyways, I wonder what the range is on that. We could definitely find out. Maybe we'll do that later on. R&D experiments with Evo X. So nonetheless, the exhaust sounds absolutely great in my opinion. Here we go. Hit it like it owes you money. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, so there you have it. This is what I'm going to consider the best exhaust for your Evo 10, simply because it gives you the option of it being loud like you may want it sometimes and quiet when you need it to be. So for me, this is definitely my first pick when it comes to this. Not to say there aren't louder exhausts on there or other exhausts with a different note to it. However, for me, this is the best exhaust for my Evo 10. If you guys are interested in getting this exhaust for your car, check the link down in the description below. The exhaust, like I said, sounds absolutely amazing. And if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below with what you thought of this exhaust. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for future content just like this one, right, Tiny?
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.